Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello, hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Engku Muhammad Syahakimi bin Engku Muhammad Bunia, and I'm from Group 16, and I would like to fulfill the requirement for the group assignment for the subject of BNR 27403, Computer Aided Design, and my group title, assignment title is Fluorescent Lamp for Fit 18 Watt in 3D drawing, which we are using the Autocad software. Before we are moving forward to the drawing part, I would like to introduce you our key discussion point for today's discussion, which is the first one is the introduction, which will be held by me, and then the problem statement. All of this part will be proceed with our other team members, problem statement, and then the objectives, and then preliminary design. Preliminary design, it is hard to pronounce it right, but it is actually early draft of our group assignment, and then we are moving forward to the 3D drawing, which is made up of four major parts of fluorescent lamp, which is the ballast, starter lamp, lamp case, and then we will provide you guys with the full lamp diagram. Full lamp diagram, we will split it into two, which is the assembled part of the full lamp diagram, and then the disassembled part. And then to conclude our presentation today, we will provide you guys with the conclusion of our group assignment. And then this is my team members from Group 16. The first one is Muhammad Tarhamis Hairul bin Hamid James. The second one is Muhammad Shurabil bin Shamsuddin. And then third one is myself, Engku Muhammad Syahakimi bin Engku Muhammad Bunia. And then the fourth one, Muhammad Nazmi bin Abdul Rahim. And last but not least, Muhammad Haziq Farhan bin Abdul Karim. And then actually, we have split the group task based on individuals' specialties. So there are three major parts of the assessment, which is the draft part, preliminary design, and then the 3D drawing, which we are using the AutoCAD software, and then the dimension and specification. The dimension and specification, we are using the 4-feet 18-watt lamp. It is from brand Selamat. And then we are moving forward for the introduction of the fluorescent lamp. What is the fluorescent lamp? Fluorescent lamp is one of the most common electrical appliances in Asian household. The main mechanism of the fluorescent lamp is a low pressure mercury vapor, which is consists in the fluorescent lamp tube inside of the glass tube, which will provide or produce the visible light. The electrical current from the electrical supply, mainly from the ballast, we usually call it as choke in Malay, will excite the gases inside the tube, thus projecting the energy into visible light. There are few brands, famous brands for this type of lamp, but our group, which is Group 16, has decided to choose to make a 3D model of full part 18-watt 2-feet fluorescent lamp from Selamat brand. Why we choose Selamat brand? Because we have the prototype or the lamp itself from the college, so we just need to measure it accurately, and then we will provide it later on in the drawing part. The main part of the drawing was split into 5 major parts, which is the ballast, housing, electrodes, starter, and the tube. Each of the parts hold a different function. The function of the ballast is to supply the power towards the fluorescent lamp. And then there are two types of ballast. The first one is magnetic, and then the second one is electronic type. The fixtures of the lamp are used to provide safe housing for the ballast and the glass tube. The fixtures of the lamp is the same thing as the lamp case. The starter meant to delay electricity coming into the glass tube. And then for the drawing part, the final 3D model will be drawn in computer-aided design software, Autocad. Every part of the lamp will be drawn based on the real-life dimension or scale, and then we will rescale it into a suitable ratio in the AutoCAD software. The end result of the project is mainly to apply the knowledge from the BNR 27403. And then for the evidence of our scale or dimension is correct or not, we will provide the assemble and disassemble part of the drawing. Thus, we all can see that the scale is correct or not. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Nazmi bin Abdul Rahim from Group 16. So, our project is fluorescent lamp 4 feet 18 watt in 3D drawing AutoCAD. So, I'm gonna tell you about problem statement in our project. So, many problem that we have while we continue when we proceed our project. Firstly, our member Tarhamis, he is the man to take the right and precise dimension of the fluorescent lamp. So we as a group want to make a fluorescent lamp in a hostel in UTHM Paguh, campus Paguh. Actually, in the hostel has the fluorescent lamp 4 feet 18 watt. So one of our member is Tarhamis. He take the right and precise dimension of the fluorescent lamp. So after we have the right dimension, we cannot have the outer, for example, the housing of the fluorescent lamp. So the next challenge we have in our project, we have to take the initial parts of in the fluorescent lamp to take the right dimension, such as the lamp, starter, lamp case, of course the outer of the lamp, the outer of the fluorescent lamp, and ballast. So the lamp, we have to measure the radius, the diameter of the lamp. So and very difficult. The most difficult is we have to take the dimension of the ballast, but the ballast have so many edges, so curvy. So we have to take the right dimension to apply in the AutoCAD. In AutoCAD, we use the unit. So the dimension we take in the real situation, we also convert to the millimeter unit. So it must be easier to draw in the AutoCAD. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Taramis Hairul bin Abdul Hamid James. So I will be presenting about the objectives of our project. So basically there are 5 objectives in our project. So the first one is using the AutoCAD software as a medium of knowledge application for the subject BNR 27403. So yeah, to get our project done, we using the AutoCAD software. So the second one, demonstrate the part of the fluorescence lamp. So one of our members after this will be presenting the important parts of the fluorescence lamp. And the third one, learning the function of fluorescence lamp, including the specs. And he will also explain in details of the function and the specs of every part of the fluorescence lamp. Okay, the next one, increase the designing skill by using Autocad software. So we are 5 group members. We actually drawing 5 part of the fluorescence lamp, which is the lamp case, ballast, starter, and the full diagram of the fluorescence lamp, which is we already combine all the parts. And the final one, applying the skills in doing research on reliable sources. So that's all from me. We will get into the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. So my name is Muhammad Aziz Farhan bin Abdul Karim and I'm from Group 16 and our project is fluorescent lamp with 4 feet and 18 watt in 3D drawing AutoCAD. So basically I'm here to present about the preliminary design work. So what is meant by preliminary design work? Preliminary design work is the stage in which general project location and design concept are determined, and it also known as engineering design process. So the main point of this process is to start up a sketch before finishing the project design in AutoCAD software. So basically we need to do some sketching before we proceed to start our project in AutoCAD drawing, AutoCAD software. So the sketches are mainly made on paper and include the early proposal beforehand. So this sketch is made by one of our group members, which is Tarhamis, because the project that we choose is basically we had on our college room, and the only members that had stayed at there is Tarhamis, so we choose him to sketch the product. It's easy for him to sketch the product. Okay, for the first thing is lamp. Okay, for the lamp, why we choose the 4 feet lamp? And as I said before, the project is basically at our college room, so it is a quite useful thing. And yeah, we as a UTHM student, we had each house we had 4 rooms, and each room had contained two of the fluorescent lamp. So basically it is our daily basis that we usually often to use. So at the night when some of the students that need to study and the others that want to sleep, this fluorescent lamp had them a lot to study at night. So I think many students usually had use it at the night. So it is not disturbing that some of the students that want to sleep, I think. Okay, so yeah, for the point is why we choose the lamp is it is our daily basis that we use usually in our college. Okay, so for the second part is ballast. Ballast in the fluorescent lighting system is the ballast regulate the current to take lamp and provide sufficient voltage to start the lamp, which means without the ballast to limit its currents for the fluorescent lamp, the fluorescent lamp connect to a high voltage power source and could rapidly and uncontrollably increase its current draw. So ballast is just like, so it is basically just easy to say that a magnetic device that regulates voltage and current. And as fluorescent lights heat up, more voltage is required for them to operate. So the voltage requirement is will control by the ballast. Okay, so the next thing is starter. Okay, for the starter, the fluorescent starter or glow, wow, what we call as glow starters are used to help fluorescent tubes and lamps ignite in the initial starting stage of their operation. So simply put, fluorescent starter are a time switch. The switch opens and closes until the fluorescent tube strikes and lights up. If the fluorescent tube does not light, the switch repeats its open or close cycle and the fluorescent tubes attempt to ignite again. Okay, so for the last thing is which is lamp case. That lamp case is only just a simple thing that we use to put the fluorescent lamp correctly. So and the other components to make it a complete fluorescent lamp. So this is our sketching that made by Tarhamis, and that's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Surahbi bin Syamsuddin. So I will continue our presentation with 3D drawing. So basically the final 3D model we have drawn by using the software, which is Autocad software. We separate each part of the floor lamp, and it consists of several parts, which is bulb, ballast, starter, and also lamp case. So this part is separated, and then at the end, after we manage to draw each part, we will combine and assemble all the part for the final product. So firstly, for the first part, which is the lamp or the bulb of the floor lamp, it the length of the bulb is 556 millimeter. So this one is because of the 4 feet render floor length. So it using this length. So we take the dimension from the Selamat brand, from the actual model, we convert it into a drawing. So that's why the dimension we do it in a millimeter. So as you can see here, there is a dimension for the length and also the pin of the bulb. So this one is quite difficult for us to draw by using the software, as the pin consists of its pin, the something like a circle, which is the cover of the glass tube. So it's harder to draw by using the software, but we managed to do it by using some reference from the YouTube and also support from group members. So next for the ballast. This ballast is the actual design, also the actual design we took from the actual design, and the dimension also in millimeter. So as you can see here, this circle part, like a semicircle lah, this one like a semicircle, and also the circle is a place for the where we attach the ballast at the lamp case. So this one we took from the dimension of the actual model. So this one, as you can see, circle with radius 6 millimeter, and we take it from the actual design. So this one will be attached at the lamp case, and other is a simple dimension of the ballast. And next is starter. For starter, basically is a circle or cylindrical, but it's look easy to draw, but harder than the bulb, because this pin is when you see the actual design of the pentaflower lamp, at the starter there is a pin that will lock at the housing of the pentaflower lamp. So this part is quite complicated because of the pin is consists of tiny part, as 3 millimeter for the stand here. You can see only 3 millimeter. So next is the lamp case. As you can see, this lamp case consists of the casing, and at inside of this part we will put the choke or the ballast, and this one is the starter part, which is 12 circle radius. So you can see the starter, it is 12 radius here, 12 radius. So that's why you can see at the lamp case also same, and others is also the dimension from the actual design. So lastly, this one is the full diagram. When we assemble, like I mentioned earlier, the separated part at the end will be assembled. So this one is the assembled part, and also a orthographic drawing by using the Autocad software, and we have transferred it into a block diagram. And this one, drawing block diagram, sorry, drawing block. So this one is a orthographic drawing. This one is the complete design. The bulb, the starter, and inside here we have choke and also a lens case. So next is the disassemble part. So you can see the disassemble after we disassemble all the part. So it consists of this one. So as a conclusion for the project, AutoCAD project, firstly, of course, we managed to understand and practice on the skill how to draw by using the software. So when we do this project, basically we able to understand more about the drawing, and of course we managed to practice on our skill how to use the software properly. So at when we do the lecture during lecture class, so basically the drawing just we only draw by referring to the drawing that given. So when do the project, it's totally different, where we need to do create a product. Then we need to find the dimension and need to draw by using the software. It's quite complicated, as you do know. It consists of several parts, so that's why the difficulty is quite hard. Then the skills or training that we do at the class. So next is we able to understand the function and also length specification of the dimension for each part. So this one is as an electrical student. So we able to understand more about the pendant floor lamp. Before this, we only know the operation, how the lamp operate, how the system of the lamp. So now we able to understand the dimension and how to draw the product in a software before we create it in a real life. So this thing quite the knowledge quite good for us, basically for electrical student, because pendulum lamp is a basic equipment or basic electrical appliances that being used daily. We can see pendulum lamp that we use in our house and also in the industry. So many place we do it. But so when we able to understand more about the dimension and so on, it's quite good for our knowledge and for our study. So after the project done, of course, all the objective that we want from this project, like to develop the project, manage to do the drawing by using the software, and also able to understand about the practice and skill by using the software. So all the objective we achieved, and we managed to done the project successfully. So there is some problem encountered during the project, and we managed to find a solution by referring to the YouTube and so on. So we're able to come out with the final design. So I think that's all from us, group number 16. So we look for further improvement. So if anything, you can ask from our team members, and also make sure to stay safe and always take care of your health during this pandemic. So that's all from group 16. See you guys soon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and see you again.